Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NFL offseason is always a roller coaster. And as we inch closer to the start of the 2025 season, the Philadelphia Eagles are once again in the spotlight, not just for their on-field potential, but for some intriguing moves and strategic considerations that could shape their journey to another Super Bowl appearance. The latest buzz revolves around their secondary, a position that has seen its share of ups and downs over the past few seasons. With the NFC East as competitive as ever, every edge counts, and the Eagles are clearly looking to bolster their defensive backfield, especially with a player who has a history of making plays, Asante Samuel Jr. Now, for those who have been following the Eagles closely, it's no secret that their cornerback room has been a mix of seasoned veterans and promising young talent. They've got Quinion Mitchell, who's shown flashes of brilliance, and Cooper DeJean, a rookie with considerable potential. But beyond that, the depth behind them leaves a lot to be desired. Kelly Ringo, Adoree Jackson, and Jacorian Bennett are all talented players, no doubt, but questions remain about whether they have the consistency and experience to hold up over a grueling NFL season. That's why the potential signing of Asante Samuel Jr. has been gaining traction as a game-changing move. Here's the thing, though: Samuel Jr. is currently a free agent, and the latest reports indicate that he remains unsigned as the 2025 season approaches. The reason for that is a bit complicated. Samuel Jr. is set to undergo a CT scan in October, which will reveal whether his spinal fusion surgery was successful. That's a significant concern for any player coming back from such a serious injury, especially a cornerback whose agility, speed, and ability to change direction are crucial to his game. The medical results will be a decisive factor for any team considering signing him mid-season. But let's look at the bigger picture here. If Samuel Jr. is cleared to play, the Eagles could see him as the perfect addition to their secondary, especially if they encounter any issues during the season. The Eagles are known for their aggressive defensive schemes, and having a player like Samuel Jr., who's demonstrated playmaking ability with 6 interceptions and 28 pass breakups over his 4 NFL seasons, could be a real difference-maker. At just 25 years old, he's still in the prime of his career, and the Eagles, with their focus on building a young, dynamic roster, are in a prime position to add him and continue their youth movement. Now, it's important to recognize that Samuel Jr. will need to prove that he's fully recovered from last season's shoulder surgery, which ended his season prematurely. That's a big hurdle, no doubt, but if he manages to come back healthy and show that his spinal fusion is holding up, the Eagles could pounce. The timing is interesting because if the team notices any concerning signs from their current cornerback room early on, they might decide to bring Samuel Jr. in as a depth piece or even as a starter, depending on how he performs in practice and the medical evaluations. This potential signing isn't just about filling a gap, it's about adding a player with a high ceiling, someone who's already shown he can make big plays at the NFL level. The Eagles have been smart with their roster management, focusing on younger players and developing talent, and bringing in someone like Samuel Jr. fits that philosophy perfectly. Moreover, he's a player who could seamlessly fit into their defensive schemes, which emphasize versatile coverage skills and aggressive ball hawking. But let's not forget, the NFL is a league of uncertainties. The timeline for Samuel Jr.'s return is still somewhat uncertain, and the Eagles will be cautious. They're known for their meticulous approach to injuries and player health, especially when it comes to returning from serious surgeries. Still, the fact that they're reportedly interested, or at least monitoring his situation, indicates that they see the potential value he could bring. Looking at the bigger picture, this move would also send a clear message to the division. The NFC East is fiercely competitive, with teams like the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders all making moves to improve their rosters. The Eagles, by staying aggressive and adding depth, especially at a crucial position like cornerback, are reaffirming their championship ambitions. They're not just content to rely on what they have. They want to be strategic, proactive, and ready for any challenge that comes their way. It's also worth noting that Samuel Jr. has been around the NFL for 4 seasons now, and despite the injuries, he's shown flashes of the talent that made him a highly touted prospect out of college. His ability to read plays, close on the ball, and make critical interceptions makes him a valuable asset, especially for a team that prides itself on its defensive identity. The Eagles' coaching staff has always been strategic about player development, and with the right medical clearance, they could see Samuel Jr. as a player who still has many good years ahead of him. And this signing could also serve as a statement about the Eagles' approach to the season. They're willing to take calculated risks on players who can contribute immediately or later in the season. The fact that Samuel Jr. is still young and has proven talent makes him an attractive option, especially if he can get healthy and regain his form. The team's secondary, which will face some of the best receivers in the league, needs to be versatile and deep. Adding a player like Samuel Jr. would provide that extra layer of security and talent. Now, it's natural for fans to be curious about how this will all play out. Will the Eagles make a move in October? Will Samuel Jr. be ready to step back onto the field and make an impact? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, Philadelphia is keeping its options open, and they're always looking for ways to strengthen their roster and stay ahead of the competition. The NFC East is a battleground, and every team is trying to find that edge. The Eagles, with their rich history of smart roster management, are no different. They know that in the NFL, it's not just about the players you draft or sign initially. It's about how you adapt, how you stay flexible, and how you capitalize on opportunities when they arise. So, for Eagles fans, the anticipation is building. The potential addition of a Samuel Jr. could be a game changer, especially if he proves to be fully healthy and ready to contribute. It's a story that's still unfolding, but it highlights the strategic mindset of the Eagles' front office. They're constantly scouting, evaluating, and planning for every scenario, because they understand that a deep, talented secondary is often the key to playoff success and a shot at another Super Bowl. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, keep an eye on this storyline. It's not just about signing a player. It's about the Eagles making a statement that they're serious about contending, that they're willing to make bold moves even in uncertain times, and that they believe in their core philosophy of developing talent and staying aggressive. The NFL season is long, unpredictable, and exciting, and the Eagles are positioning themselves to be right at the forefront, ready to make a splash whenever the opportunity presents itself. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news.